And it was fascinating to me to watch all of the internal debates about how this thing should be done. In fact, the very first workshop that I walked into, I remember somebody saying something like, a mediator never gives substantive advice. And I immediately went, well, yeah, who would do that? Thinking, I was doing that all the time, A mediator never meets with a client alone. I mean, there were all of these rules about how it was supposed to be done. There's 12 stages to mediation, Do you do an opening statement or not an opening statement? And then we moved into the different philosophical approaches. And, well, is this the right way that mediation be taught, or is this the way it should be taught? And collaborative is really going through the same things, only it's also doing it in contrast as a process to mediation. But internally, it's going through all of its own struggles and development. But what's clear when you look at the two is neither one of them can be all things to all persons. Mediation has that element where if I don't caucus, the clients never get, if they're unrepresented, and by and large my clients are unrepresented, but even with the person they're primarily working with as a mediator, they never get that sense of professional intimacy. I can just talk to you, he's not here right now, off the record, I got to tell you what this is like. I mean, that let me really let you know what's going on kind of stuff is not happening generally when you have two people sitting there. And that's a piece that's missing. Clients get that when they've got, okay, you're my lawyer and we're going to go do this four-way meeting tomorrow. Well, let me just tell you everything. They get that sense of discharge. On the other hand, what they now miss in gaining that piece is there's no one person in the room who's trusted. And in a mediation, I try to become the one person in the room that is the center of trust, that lets the people talk to each other through me. That doesn't happen in collaborative. That's hugely frustrating to me. I mean, I try as I can to gain rapport with the other client.
It seems like it's structurally impossible.
It isn't structurally impossible, but if you've got those marginal personality types who are real suspicious, you cannot melt that suspicion down no matter how many four-way meetings you have.